What about the things that sit in the back of your mind? What about the kids that you have that's in front of you that you can imagine a better life for? Why is your imagination just supposed to be an imagination when these people come around?
Yeah.
Why can't you have the things that you want to have? Why can't you have the relationships with the people around you that you want to have? Why are you limited to just the things that you have in front of you right now? So what I'm telling you is, it's not to just go and abandon everybody. No, that's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that if there's a problem with the people in your circle, if there's a problem with the people around you, if you can't get along with the people that's around you, if you feel like you can't be the true, authentic you, then they're not the people for you.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't.
What's going on, world? Welcome back to the Dirty Trump Podcast with the elephant, and as always, welcome. I am your host for the day, Aaron Mack, the man also known as AJ McMullen, and with me today is the lovely, the gorgeous, the oh so magnificent Alyssa Ramirez.
Not for long. Make room.
Oh, all right. She had me confused for a second. I was like, not for long. That was real bad timing there. Yeah. All right. So, once again, well, I ain't gonna say once again. Make it seem like my man non-committal, but Marcus is doing some traveling for the holiday season. My man told me to go ahead and cover him today for this episode, which I don't mind doing because I'm a mouthpiece and I'm gonna talk regardless of who here with me. I thought about doing the thing myself, but luckily,
absolutely not.
Luckily, I got Alyssa here who
built-in co-host.
Definitely doesn't mind co-hosting, even though she tells me all the time that she don't like podcasting, but that's neither here or there. But welcome back to the podcast, Alyssa. Tell everybody how you been. Not me. Tell everybody how you been.
I've been fine with cutting off family.
Oh man, we starting early here. We starting early. I wasn't expecting it to go like that. Thought we were gonna have a little bit of a lead in.
I would have given you a lead in if you knew that, if you gave me a heads up.
But yeah. So this holiday, man, it's been
interesting. It wasn't the warm fuzzy feelings that we were all expecting.
So I ain't even gonna say interesting. Like, I'm just gonna say it was predictable.
Maybe on one side.
Cause like it's just a bunch of stuff that's happening where I'm just like, all right, so y'all back to this old BS again. I think I'm gonna go ahead and move aside and just not like I didn't know that we were going to talk about it on this particular podcast or this episode, but I just want everybody to understand that being alone on Christmas or being alone in this holiday season sometimes is a lot better than just being around a bunch of people who ain't got no good intentions for you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's so seldomly spoken about how everyone believes that you always have to be around family around the holidays.
Yeah,
like this is the time to do it, and you should set aside your differences, and no matter how toxic your family is, they're still family.
Nah, like they don't even acknowledge the toxic part. Like
sometimes they do. Sometimes there will be people that'll just say, "Oh, well, I know you and your mom and you and your son and whatever, you don't get along, but just set it aside for the holidays."
My God, it's crazy because like I don't know. Oh my God, and here we are on a podcast about addressing the elephant, and you telling me I gotta ignore the elephant?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, it didn't this year.
Well, we ignored the elephant for at least a few hours, and you know, it kind of came back and bite us in the ass. More you than me, but I got the distinct pleasure that every time this happens, I gotta sit back and allow it to happen and ignore it because it's quote unquote not my place to do so. Because if I gotta jump into it, ain't nobody gonna be happy. So I just gotta ignore it and just and trust that you.
Luckily, I can stand up for myself.
Yeah. I just sit back and I trust that you know what you're doing and know how to handle it. Cause like, I don't want to be the brick here that busts the window.
And I don't want you to be either.
So,
because at least if anyone can be blamed, it's me. And then I'm like, well, I had no problem cutting off one side of the family. I have no problem cutting off the other side.
Right. Cause and if I come in and I got to destroy it just from the ground up and just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna play Eradicator real quick, nip this problem in the bud, and we just go about our business and we stop wasting our time here. You can't even bring nothing back. It's like, now the only way you can fix this relationship is if you leave him, and like that's obviously
not happening.
So I gotta do like the only thing that I can do is, and I don't know how people usually handle that. Like, maybe I guess it depends on the relationship that you in. But like, there's some people who want somebody to like stand up for them like that, and maybe like you with somebody who needs you to stand up for them whenever somebody is doing them wrong or doing them dirty or just talking to them any other kind of way. But like, there's like certain situations where I can't allow things to take place.
Yeah. And
I've been put in a situation where, like, obviously I love you to death. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to protect you anytime something comes to harm you.
Of course. And like, but you also understand that there's an element of growth that's taken place with me.
Yeah.
Years ago, I would have been like, well, I do need someone to protect me. I do need someone to step up on my behalf. I do need whatever. But now I'm like, no, I got it. Don't worry.
Right.
And I think that there's an element that you understand about that too, and just knowing, like, hey, she's equipped with what she needs.
Right. And it is hard though, because and fellas, I'm talking to y'all, right? And you're the provider, the protector for your girl, and you see your girl going through something, and for whatever reason, like, she just keep going back to something that you know is bad, and like it could be like family or whatever. Like what I'm talking about right now is family. You see your girl going to drugs, then you know that's a whole different story.
You
like
might have to reconsider that entire thing.
Yeah, that's a whole different. It's a whole different fight right there. Like I don't even know how one would even go through that. Like that's bad. But like if you see your girl going, like she got a relationship inside her family that you know is killing her, and like say it's like a parent or something, and for whatever reason she keep trying to mend this relationship, and you see, like, you get to see the pain and the stress every single time that, like, behind the scenes, but whenever they're in front of this person, we got to act like there's nothing wrong. Like it becomes a bit of a toll on
everyone
you
involved.
as a man. Like I ain't even talking about that. Like we ain't even got there yet.
No, I mean, like, it puts a certain level of strain on just people in general, the ones closest to it, and like just the element of trying to pretend like everything's a-okay when just a few hours ago me and you were at each other's throats or whatever. Right. Not obviously me, but
yeah. It's weird, man.
Yeah. Like
I don't even. It's almost like, and we kind of alluded to this on a previous podcast. It's almost like when you know WWE, their wrestlers got characters that they play. Like they're literally in character most of the time when they're in the ring and on camera. And it's like you can be a villain one day, and then the very next year you can win a title, and all of a sudden you the hero. It's like, yo, am I supposed to forget what you did last year?
Yeah.
Especially like I seen a video earlier, right, of and it's a perfect example. There's a character named Elias who is he's like this lone wolf kind of wannabe rock star kind of situation. Dude can really sing. Like I'll give him that. But like just 2 years ago, he was in Petersburg at VSU. Talk like clowning Petersburg. Like I caught it on camera. It's on my Instagram right now. And like I look at this dude on TV right now, and now he playing the face. So like he like a good character. Like, yo, am I supposed to forget that you was out here just calling us incestuous? Like just talking about the people out here doing the Petersburg hobbly wobbly and like, am I supposed to forget that? So like, yeah, like it's weird to have something like that happen. Like to have somebody get under your skin. Obviously, that's just entertainment. So it's like it's not really that deep. But you know, some people don't know that is entertainment. Some people think it's real life. You got wrestlers out here getting death threats and stuff. It ain't even cool. But anyway, but like it's weird to have a situation where somebody is like they do something or say something to you, and then you get pissed off, and then you just like they get mad at you because you can't let it go.
Right.
Like, it's strange. Like, I used to go through the same thing with my mom all the time growing up. It's like, you would cuss me out 1 minute, then you would ask me for something the next minute, and then while I'm still pissed at the last thing that you did, you get mad about something new, and now all of a sudden I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Like, it's strange when you're dealing with people like that. So like, we already know what the best alternative, the best method to deal with stuff like that is to just cut these people off. But like, it's easier said than done when, you know, it's above just having a friend. It's your family members.
Yeah.
Like, it's above that. Like, it's a little complicated when you say, you know, all right, Mac, you're saying that, you know, cut these folks off. You got to move forward. I know you just said it in a previous episode of the Dirty Trump podcast that you got to keep it moving. You know, don't let nobody stop what you're trying to do. Like, if they ain't growing with you, they moving under you. And like, I know you said do that, but dog, that's my mom's though. Dog, that's my dad though. Dog, that's my brother, my sister, my aunt, my whatever the case is. But like, for real, like, where do you draw the line at? That's the way you got to ask yourself.
And maybe I'm just a unique breed that doesn't really have those familial ties like that. I've always dealt with a small family. I've always either you're with me or you're against me, or we'll try and fix it a few times, and if it doesn't work, then whatever. Yeah. But it also makes you question for all those people they're like, oh, but that's my mom. Oh, but that's my dad. Oh, but that's my brother, sister, brother, whatever. At what point does your value of the relationship match what they value? And why, if it's such a big deal for you guys to be family in whatever way, that you guys can't figure it out and just fix it and just be done with it, and then you guys have a great relationship. Yeah. It's one of those things that I don't quite understand, and I think that it's just because there's so much of a disconnect between how... And it was one of those things that me and you started joking as soon as we left, or before we dealt with the whole situation of you should never be more of an adult than your own parent. Yeah. Yeah. But like, at what point do you just draw the line? And I think that I'm just very quick to draw that line. So I don't know if it's just maybe an unpractical piece on my end where I'm like, you know what? I'm just done. I'm just gonna figure it out on my own.
Nah, because that's what you want. Like, you grew up, like, and we had this conversation before. Like, you grew up with a small family. You always wanted a big family. You always wanted to have those familial ties. And for whatever reason, the people around you, they wanted the same thing, but they wanted it a little different than you.
They want it if I agree with everything that's
right. And in addition to like the things that you were just saying, like, I want to know why people are going through this, and like you for whatever reason, like as an individual, you don't value your own happiness enough to put it in the same limelight of what you want out of this family. And like, that's the thing that I'm really questioning, because like, when I made the choice to separate myself from my mom, like, I don't know if it was a good idea or not. I don't know if it was a bad idea or not. I just know that I was happier when I did it. Like I can't speak for nobody else. I just know that when I cut myself off from my family, I was happier when I did it, because when they came around, I didn't feel good about myself.
Right.
I felt
It's like you have to put on a brave face or a fake face or
right.
do whatever to just appease everyone, walk on eggshells, take up less space
Right.
in the room, whatever the case might be. But
Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Growing up, I wanted a dude that was like I could take control of a crowd. You can ask Alyssa and she tell you I can do that. Like, that's not a problem for me. Now it is. Now it's not. But
currently.
right. But when I was growing up, I wanted a dude that be like bouncing around the party, going to every person, had to sit in everybody's face, want everybody to look at me. Like, I'm not that dude. Like, if I come through, like nowadays, like I value my time so much that if I come through, like I need all y'all attention, I'm gonna say everything I need to say and I'm out. Like, I don't go to parties, not because I don't have fun at parties. It's just draining.
I don't.
Like, it's just draining to me. Like, I don't care for it. Like, it's not my thing to be around a whole bunch of people that, listening to loud music and gotta yell in each other's ear and all that other stuff. Like, I don't feel that. So like my family on the other hand, they, like, for whatever reason, everybody extroverted. Every single person in my family is extroverted. There are no introverts that I can think of. There's a few, but they don't necessarily get the bad rep that I got when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, all of my cousins that was in the same generation, all of them was extroverted. Mm-hmm. So when my cousins extroverted, my mom's extroverted, all of my other family extroverted, they looking at me like I'm the black sheep. So I can't do nothing right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Why you acting like that? Why you so angry? Why you this? Why you that? Why you stuck in your room all the time?
Right.
So when you grow up in an environment like that, like, I learned that my peace within myself was more important than what other people thought of me. Mm-hmm. And that's something that people got to understand, that your inner peace is not reliant on everybody else.
At all. And sometimes it's going to hurt more to hold on to things that aren't right for you than to just let go.
Yeah. Yeah. And all right, so like I want to get to the real issue of all this, cuz I talked to Alyssa about this recently, right? And we discussed this on the podcast on numerous occasions where the issue of being around certain individuals, where you had to go to the environment where you're celebrated and not where you tolerated. And if nothing else proved that this weekend. That was this weekend. And it wasn't the Christmas weekend. Well, I mean, yeah, it was the Christmas weekend. Like everybody.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, the day after Christmas.
Day before Christmas Eve.
Well, I'm talking about the whole weekend and the breakdown of when we had that conversation. It was like, so we got into a situation the day after all that happened. Like after the situation with Alyssa's family, all that other stuff, like the day after.
This was after a day of spending time together, doing just fine. And then all of a sudden things blow up and...
Yeah, so Christmas Eve everything was good. The night of Christmas Eve, everything went bad because of something that ain't got nothing to do with us. And then the Christmas Day, everything went to shit.
Yeah.
And then we spent Christmas by ourselves, which I don't have no problem with that. But the day after Christmas, I ended up having a situation happen, and I ain't had nobody to call on.
Yeah.
So with that situation led me to believe, like, I was just like, yo, how do you end up in a situation like, and I've always said, even when I was younger, like, my biggest fear was that I was going to die alone. Mm-hmm. My biggest fear was that I can pass away and I can leave such a little mark a little impact on this world that nobody shows up to my funeral. Mm-hmm. Like, that was always, which I ain't having a funeral because I'm getting cremated. I leave that in the trust. If you don't cremate me, you don't get no money. But don't waste no space. Like, don't put no big ass box in the ground for me. That's dumb. This don't even make no damn sense. But anyway, That was my biggest fear. And like something just, it speaks volumes when year after year you spending Christmas alone. You ain't got nobody to call when you having trouble. And like when you in situations like that, and here's the reason why I'm saying that. When you in situations like that, it's easy to be like, yo, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back to my family. Even though they trash, even though they treat me like trash, even though for whatever reason we don't get along, even though last time I went there, I had so much anxiety that I almost passed out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's easy to fall back into those same notions and into that same mindset of going back to these people, even though things didn't go right the last time you were there. So what I'm trying to tell you is that it's going to be hard. It's going, and Alyssa just said it. It's going to hurt more than it feels valuable to cut these people off. I promise it is.
Well, yeah, that is true, but that's not what I was saying. Is sometimes it's going to hurt more to try and hold the pieces together than just let it go.
Yeah. But, and it will hurt if you go back, because you're just gonna prolong the torture if you just hanging around. Just, it's like if you holding on to a snake that's biting you. Just you gotta let it go. Like I'm trying to save this snake from falling off the cliff, but for whatever reason they keep biting my wrist. But I gotta pull it back up, but it keep biting me. Like you're gonna have to let it go at some point. It's gonna keep biting you. You're gonna prolong the only thing you're doing is prolonging the torture. It don't even make sense. Like
At some point, being a good person isn't always about sacrificing your own well-being.
And what most people do, and this is what I noticed, like most people, they want to try to help everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I understand that this person's going through something. You know, you're just hurting inside from something else that happened to you in your past.
Life sucks.
So,
I understand. This is why
understand.
you're drunk all the time. This is why you're always taking out on everyone. I understand. Stop that.
I ain't that guy. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I'm the self-help dude, and I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be helping yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be helping yourself. When I saw that my family weren't trying to change nothing that they were doing, like I was there like as an entrepreneur trying to help my family move past some of the struggles that they were having, and nobody wanted to listen
at all.
Nobody had and it was so bad that not only did nobody have anything to contribute to this movement, everybody had something to say about me in a negative light when I wasn't around.
Yeah.
So like if that's the issue that you're having, then you're not around the right people
at all.
Like I don't care if they're family or not. Like, and I'm hey, look, I'm all for respect thy mother, respect thy father, but I got to be respected too.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm gonna respect you from a distance. I respect that you gave birth to me, but like if we can't get along, then like there's something to say about that, and I can't ignore that fact.
Well, especially when it's a situation of you can manage to be nice to me in the moment when I'm right in front of you, but the moment that I'm around or away, a phone call away, then all of a sudden all these monstrous things come out.
Right, and that's terrible.
It's not a certain level of respect. Like that, if that's the kind of respect that you expect from me to give to you, sure. But just know that I'm going to do it from a distance all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Protecting your peace is definitely what we're talking about today, and I want to make it a little practical. There's some of y'all just like, yo, that sounds like a rant, but like for real. You got to look at yourself and understand that there's probably somebody in your circle right now that you ain't supposed to be around. Like
one that's holding you back opposed to bringing you forward.
What she just said. You probably got somebody around you, like you a boat floating, trying to float to your destination. And there's somebody draped around your ankles right now, holding you back. Like there's somebody. And the reason why I know because for real, the people who listening to this podcast, y'all 9-to-5ers, Y'all, you know, we in the same boat. We in this this space in life where the only thing we want to do is move forward. The only thing we want to do is rise above what we currently doing. The only thing that we want to do is learn how to be successful, like the people that we see on TV showing all their success. But the reason why I know for a fact that you got somebody around you that's holding on to you like an anchor is because you're still in the same spot.
Yep.
And you've been in the same spot for the last few years. You've been in the situation where you're not moving, and every year over year, you're looking at your accomplishments like, yo, I ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
Like the only thing, like for real, I came into this year with a bank account that's at the negative, and I'm going out in the bank account in the negative. Like I learned absolutely nothing. I gained nothing. Like I know for a fact that if that's the case, then you got somebody around you that's hanging on to you like an anchor. If it's not a person, it's something. If it's not a person, it's something that you're doing that's hanging on to you like an anchor, or a mindset that's for whatever reason you're holding yourself back. So what we're talking about right now is getting rid of the dead weight.
Mm-hmm.
Were you about to add something?
No.
All right. So what I'm urging you to do, because this holiday season taught me one thing: my circle ain't right. That's what it taught me. My circle is not right. And it might be right for somebody else, and just because it's right for somebody else don't mean that it's right for you. Just because it's right for somebody else, just because somebody else come through and thrive in the circle that you in, don't mean you supposed to be there. Don't mean that you supposed to sacrifice your goals and the things that you want to do in your life to sit back and on your laurels and rest in the place that you at. Because if you rest in the place that you at, what about those goals and those dreams that you said you had? What about the things that sit in the back of your mind? What about the kids that you have that's in front of you that you can imagine a better life for? Why is your imagination just supposed to be an imagination when these people come around?
Yeah.
Why can't you have the things that you want to have? Why can't you have the relationships with the people around you that you want to have? Why are you limited to just the things that you have in front of you right now? So what I'm telling you is, it's not to just go and abandon everybody. No, that's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that if there's a problem with the people in your circle, if there's a problem with the people around you, if you can't get along with the people that's around you, if you can't
be honest and properly communicate with those in your circle and feel that you need to walk on eggshells all the time and be a certain way and whatever the case might be, they're not the ones for you.
If you feel like if you feel like you're somebody else in their presence, if you feel like, thank you for that. If you feel like you can't be the true, authentic you,
they're not
the people for you. If every time you speak your mind and they get pissed, that ain't your people. Mm-hmm. If every time you speak and they get pissed, that ain't your people. If anytime you show up at the like, it should be unconditional. Like every time you come around, it should be all love. Like, oh, hey, every time I see Alyssa, I kiss her. Every time I leave Alyssa, I kiss her. Even if we've been in the same house all day long. When I leave a room, I give her a kiss.
Mm-hmm. And same.
Like, for real, like, it should be all love. Like, I ain't telling you to go kiss on your homies. Like, I ain't trying to tell you that. But, like, for real, it should be all love. Like, it should be, like, every time you come around, they should be smiling. They should acknowledge you as something great in their life. Mm-hmm. They should look at you like you just bought them, like, the gold from Jerusalem or something. Like, they should be looking at you like a king. Like, oh, my God, bro. For real, you have to demand the. I know a lot of people ain't gonna agree with this episode. I understand that. You have to demand that people treat you the way you want to be treated. And if you around people who you gotta train, if you gotta teach somebody how to treat you every time you come around, man, why you want to spend that energy on anything? The only thing you should be spending that energy on is your business. That's it. That's it. You shouldn't have to, every time you come around somebody, y'all gotta have the same argument, the same fight. Y'all fussing about the same thing. You walking on eggshells about the same old situation they've been having for the last 4, 5, 6 years. Like, it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's a lot of energy going nowhere. You on a treadmill running fast for nothing. Like, get off of it. Just hit the stop button and get off the treadmill. Because the amount of energy that you spending trying to get this person to understand is energy that you could be putting into your family, the people who actually love you.
Well,
and boy,
not only that, but there's so many people that are like, oh, well, just communicate with them better. Communication is key to all relationships. No, that is comprehension. Comprehension is key.
I have seen a lot of relationships, a lot of good relationships fail because somebody tried to keep a bad relationship alive.
Mm-hmm. Take this first week of the year of 2023. Figure out the ways that you are going to use your past lessons from the last few years, not even just last year, and find who's in your circle holding you back, who in your family you need to fix things or drop them, who might be in your circle that might be holding you back, and actually take these opportunities to focus on what you need to focus on. There's so many people that are distracted with things that they wish were better or wish relationships were healed and mended and all these other things that you spend so much time running on a hamster wheel and not really realizing that you're wasting all this time that you could be doing towards something that's actually going to make your life a little bit better.
That's real life. That's real life. I want you guys to stay conscious of the things that you're doing, because it makes no sense to just do random stuff. Like it really just don't make sense. Like, be conscious of the things that you are allowing into your body in this new year.
Don't just do it for 1 week, 1 month. Make it a year-long agreement to yourself.
Yeah. Be conscious. And when I say let the things that you let into your body, I'm talking about everything. Like, I read and I was looking at a Instagram post about something that I posted a few years back when one of my homies from the Army, he released a little novelette called what is it called? I can't even remember.
You were just looking at it.
I was just looking at it too. Like, I got it on the bookshelf. And that's where, like, honestly, like, one of the reasons why I started thinking about the star player mentality, because in this book that he wrote, he was talking about the YOUniverse. Mm-hmm. He spelled it with YOU. Mm-hmm. So he was like talking about the YOUniverse, and he was like, make sure that the YOUniverse is good, and he's like, make sure you're conscious of the things that you bring into your universe. Like, don't let trash into your universe. Like, so as that was being drilled into me as I was reading this little book, he like it dawned on me, like, yo, I gotta make sure that I am conscious of the things that I listen to, the mm-hmm. things that I hear, the things that I eat. Like, all of those things play a factor. Like, no matter which part of the body it is, like, if something go in, it has an effect. It's gonna
have an impact on you.
It has an impact on the body. Like, I don't care which way you put it, like up or down. Like, I don't care which way you put. Like, however you want to take that, like up or down, like no matter which part of the body it goes in, like it has an impact on the body. So, like, for real, be very conscious of the things that you are putting into your system, the people that you're around, the things that people talk about around you. Like, I don't allow people to like bump joining like random conversations, like bump that. Like, I don't even allow people to have certain conversations around me. Like, that's how fanatical I am about my universe. Like, that's how fanatical I am about my star player. I don't even want you talking about certain things around me. And one dude got mad one time. He was like, yo, so you just want to talk about whatever you want to talk about? I'm like, don't you? Like, what sense does it make for me to be living my life and you come living your life in my life? What sense does that make? So be careful of the things you allow into your system, man. Like that's all I want to say. Like yo, like and like New Year's resolutions, like yo, let people have their New Year's resolutions, but like yo, stop joining that train if you ain't feeling something. Like if it ain't time for you to feel that, like don't, man, don't, cause like
Well, not only that, but resolutions statistically don't last that long. If you're not feeling whatever everyone's top resolution is, whether it be getting fit, whether it be reading a book every day, whether it be whatever, if you're not feeling it, then your heart's not going to be in it the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and pretty much, like she just said what I was about to say. Like, if it ain't time, it ain't time. Like straight up, like for real. Like I understand, you know, you want to lose weight, and you hear somebody else talking about how they want to start this new cow fed diet or some weird stuff.
Cow fed diet.
I'm just making up stuff on the spot. Like it like for real. Don't all the diet fads, like it just sound like somebody just made them up on the spot. Like am I the only one that feel like that?
A little bit.
Like the paleo diet, like what you want to eat like a dinosaur? Like yo, for real, like for real, like it don't even make sense. Like it don't even make sense. Like for real, like all the diets kind of sound like somebody just made them up on the spot. It's just weird. Like I'm gonna pick a random animal. I'm just gonna eat like that animal, like the rabbit diet. I want to do the dinosaur diet too. I want to eat whatever the hell I want to eat.
That's what we're doing now.
Exactly. But anyway, like if it ain't time for it, if you ain't ready for it, like mentally, spiritually, you ain't got to do it. You ain't got to do it. And the reason I bring that up because your family are going into the new year. People families be on some other stuff too. Like my mom probably gonna cook some chitlins for New Year's and want me to come over and get a whole bunch of greasy food that I shouldn't be putting in my body, and we ain't going over there.
Deal.
I'm just saying.
Maybe we can hang up another TV.
I'm just saying. We could do that another time. But yeah, man. Go into this new year with positive intentions for yourself, man. And that's another thing. Go like positivity. Like for real, 2022 didn't go good for everybody. And I understand that it didn't go good. It might have been a bad year for you. Hell, like our year didn't. If we didn't necessarily do all the things that we plan to do this year, like it wasn't necessarily a good year for us. It wasn't a
good.
Right.
It was to be improved in 2023.
Right. And the fact of the matter is that we looked at this year as learning opportunity. Mm-hmm. Like no matter what went wrong, what went right, we looked at this year as a learning opportunity, compounded it with last year's opportunities, and now this year coming up, we gonna make a huge improvement. Mm-hmm. Because that's what we plan on doing, and we're optimistic that it's going to work out. We're optimistic. We ain't going in defeated like yo, man. Every year is the same old stuff. Every day is the same old shit. Like I remember a dude telling me one time, same day, different toilet, or different day, same shit. Yeah, same shit, different toilet. That's what he told me. Same shit, different. Same shit, different toilet. Like I was like, yo, that ain't life, man. That is not life. So, you
might be starting from ground zero right now. Take that as an opportunity to wipe the slate clean and do what you need to do. Set a plan, a conscious plan of what you plan to do, who you need to surround yourself with, and what actions you need to take in order to get where you need to be by the end of 2023.
Yeah. And are we the ones to talk about that?
Hell yeah, we are.
All right, folks. I think this is going to be the end of this episode. All right. So be sure to, if you like sci-fi fantasy books, make sure that you look out for the Arcane and Prophecy that's releasing on the 17th of this month. Head over to ajmcmullen.com, sign up for my newsletter, get that free content over there. If you are into video games and stuff like that, make sure you guys follow Marcus. I know he's working on something pretty deep right now and heavy that he ain't really even told me about, but you know, we we looking forward to everything that he got coming up as well. Also looking forward to that Aether Morton's Castle mashup that's coming in the future, that I know for a fact is coming in the future because, you know, we said so. Anyway, with that being said, also make sure that you guys are looking out for Alyssa's book as well, The Introverted Extrovert, that will be coming out this year in 2023.
At some point.
And you know, because, you know, we said so. But, you know, that's about all I got, man. Have a good year. Make sure it's a productive one. We've already said everything that we wanted to say, everything that we need to say. Everything else will be repeating at this point. Make sure you guys take care of your star player. Do the things that you are supposed to do. Get around the people that you need to get around, and love yourself, because the more you love yourself, the more you can teach everybody else around you to love you. So we love you, but you still got to love you. Take care of your star player. 2022 was a bad year for you, maybe it was a good year for you, but 2023 is going to be a lot better. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we love you. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, no, back up. Always remember, we got to bring it from the bottom. Hold on. We got to bring it back. Always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it, ladies and gentlemen. Now we will see you guys next week.